Hi guys, my name is Zin and this is maybe Bonsai. Today I'm going to look at this planting here, which it was a ficus, but then I put a couple of cuttings in here to see if it takes, and it did. They're Scheffleras. They were all from the same plant as the other one, and they're both growing new leaves now. So I think I need to move these out, but before this place gets too crowded. It's already becoming a little bit too crowded as it is. So I want to take these out, put them in their own pots, and maybe trim this a bit. So yeah, so let's do that. So there's massive roots coming in, really thick roots. I don't know what these are roots of, but they're pretty thick. Yeah, so let me see how I could do this. I think I'm just gonna try to pull it out and see if it goes. And I don't want to disturb this too much, so hopefully it'll come out. And then I'll just put it in a pot on my left here. Okay, so try it. Yeah, I don't know if that's gonna go. Man, it's pretty well established. Okay, I think I have to take this whole thing apart, including the ficus. The roots I think are going everywhere, and it's not gonna come out. So I gotta get something down to so I can clean up easier, and yeah, and then we'll go from there. Okay, I got a white plastic garbage bag basically, and I think I'm just going to kind of try to flip this or something. Yeah, okay, I think I'm just going to pour it out. And yes, I do plan to reuse the soil because I don't have anything ready mixed. Yeah. The next week is going to be fairly good weather. Okay, well it's in the plus during the day for the most part, so I can make some soil outside without being too cold. Okay, I'm going to try to sort out what's going on here. So that's so the thick roots I see before are the Schefflera roots. This is actually kind of broken off, so I'm just going to take it off. I'm not too worried about it surviving because I mean it roots from a cutting, and I don't think it's going to kill it. It's almost indestructible. That's the only way I could describe it. So there's one. This is the other. Oh, this one came out pretty well. And they both came from the same tree as I mentioned before. And that tree is here. These were tiny leaves before, they were just buds. I don't know, I forgot what the last video was, but they all came out nicely. So that's looking pretty good. Okay, I'm gonna try to put this back in intact. And I could repot this again, but I don't think there's any need to do that right now. I wanted to let this grow more, and do any kind of repotting maybe at the end of the summer, in the fall. Okay, so that's gone. So I'm gonna try to put these back in, just kind of dump them back in, I guess. So after all this time, I'm pretty happy with how everything grown and how nothing has died yet. I say yet because it might still happen. I just, you know, I'm still new at this. And anything could happen, you know, it's pretty easy to kill something. But these Ficus, the Schefflera, they're all beginner plants. And, you know, it seems like you can do anything to them, they're gonna survive. So when I took this out, the ficus roots were not that thick. And I guess the Schefflera, at least the ones from cutting, the roots are really thick. But I hope they will develop thinner, more fibrous roots later on. I'm just using a toothpick to do this. Okay, I think that's pretty good. So I'll put this back. Okay, so let's put this these Scheffleras to their own pot, and hopefully they will grow. See, this one, only one side has a lot of roots. This side is just kind of nothing. I think when I put this in the container there, it was really close to one edge, and then maybe that's what happened. And then this one is close with the other edge. But I'll pot these up and hopefully that'll change. And the soil I'm using here is not really your typical bonsai soil. This is just what I sifted, and there's like large particles, some small particles. It's a mix of whatever. What I find is that I use this for some of the other stuff that I have, and it still drains really well. Like it doesn't hold water or anything, or it doesn't stop the water from going out. It still drains well, and I'm kind of glad I saved it. So they're all usable. So I'm just going to use these to plant these up. So if you look at the mix here, it's really really fine grained in a way. Yeah, I need a mesh at the bottom. Yeah, it's still dusty. Not a good idea to do this indoors. But it's too cold, so I don't want to go outside. And I think these plants are not gonna like the outside weather right now. I'm gonna trim this a bit actually. I don't want to go that thick into one direction. So my main goal is just to pot these up right now and let it grow. There's no, I'm not worried about the front or anything like that, you know. These are just here to grow, and once they grew, we'll decide what happens. Yeah, I don't know why these roots are kind of going upwards like the tree. See, they're all coming out. So, I'm just gonna cut these off. That looks good. Toss some of this stuff in. Since there's new growth, I'm gonna cut off some of the bottom leaves or the old leaves. Not that there's anything wrong with them. I just, yeah, I just want the new stuff to grow. I don't want these to be there. There's still some roots that are at the surface that's pointing up, but they're just coming out of the soil. I'm not going to worry about that right now. I'm sure they'll either air prune themselves or they might kind of go flat at the top. Nothing I need to worry about right now. So I'll water these after I pop both of these up. Actually, to make this easier, I'm going to take these off right now. Smells like something. Something I recognize. I just don't really recall the name of it, but it smells like a. I don't know how to describe it. It's like something, maybe some kind of a condiment or something. But yeah, it smells like something. Okay, I'm just gonna adjust these roots a little bit. There we are. Okay, I'm gonna give these two a water and we'll move on to something else. We'll let that soak for a second. I've noticed there's a lot of allergies at the bottom of the bottle. I'm trying to keep this out of the light. It's not in sunlight, but just the room light. And then these, I have my grow lights on at night. I guess it's hard to really keep this out of the light. It's just, it's everywhere. But I've seen other people's videos and they also have that kind of the same thing on the bottom, so I'm not too worried about it. And I don't think it really does anything to the water. So nothing's coming out yet. Oh, water's a lot. Okay, now it's coming out of the bottom. Same as this one. All right, I'm gonna clean up this area and then we'll take a look at something else. So next up, we have the Ficus over rock. It's a mineral, I guess it's mineral, not just a rock. This has been here for a while now, like I want to say maybe 4 to 5 months. I don't remember exactly when I put this in here, but it has been a while. I'm not going to repot it or anything like that. I just want to kind of see what's going on beneath it. This being my first root over rock kind of thing, I just wanted to see what it looks like right now near the surface, because the rock is right underneath here. And it's been like this for a long time. I just don't know what's going on. I'm just curious. And I probably shouldn't do too much, which I'm not going to do too much, but I'm going to kind of scrape away the soil just to see what's just under the root base. I'm too curious. I can't not do anything. But actually before that, I'm going to take this leaf kind of, what's going on with it? It's facing a weird direction. And I'm going to take this off. It's kind of half yellow, half green. So, yeah, I'm just going to kind of lightly scrape away the soil. Okay, I see a lot of finer roots. And there is a big root that's about, I'll take you in closer afterwards. There's a fairly large root, but it's above the rock. Yes, okay. So right there, that's the big root, and I'm not sure. I think that might be part of this, but it looks like that's coming from somewhere else. So I'm not really sure what's going on down there. There's a lot of fibrous roots near the surface. And then, yeah, I mean the rock is right there. Like, it's probably as long as that prong that's going vertically down. Yeah, I really want to see if the roots has gone where I want to go, but I think it's too early. I think I need to probably wait until the growing season is over and then take a look at that time. So yeah. Okay, so for now I'm satisfied with what's going on. There's not much I could do anyway. I'm just going to move the soil back. To the best of my abilities. And I just watered this before, so I'm not gonna do any watering. I guess I'll have to wait to see what if it worked or not. I wonder if I should trim this at all. Actually, I think I'm gonna do this. Just getting rid of some of the really big leaves. I don't have enough light as it is, so I don't want any really big leaves to block any more light. And some of the leaves kind of is getting yellow, half green type of thing. I'm not sure why that is. And then, one of them turned yellow and fell off. I mean, I don't think it's a big problem because most of the leaves, 90% of them are fine. And the new leaves are coming out and they're fine as well. So I'm not sure why that is. If anybody knows, I wouldn't mind knowing the reason why. I'm going to take this off because it's going in a weird direction. Actually, I'm going to take this. I'm thinking of taking it off here and then reducing this back a bit as well. The rock is really not that big, so I don't want this to be any bigger than it already is. I just want to thicken it up. And I know to thicken up, I need to make it grow a bit more, or sort of let it grow a bit more. So maybe I will let it grow and not touch it. It's just the inner nodes are getting long, but I guess these are eventually I'm going to trim this off anyway. So the long inner nodes is not really a problem at this point. So yeah, I think I'm just going to let it grow. But I'm going to take this off. A part of me wants to work on these trees, but the better part of me says it's better not to touch it. Okay, so that's it. That's all I'm going to do. I'm going to put this back. So just to give you an overall update on some of the prunings I've done before, this is the pomegranate. As you can see, it's growing again. Oh. These are really long inner nodes, getting really long branches, elongated branches. But as long as it's growing, I'm pretty happy with it. And then here we have the dwarf jade that I pruned the last time. A lot of new growth are popping up. Right there, tips, over here. So that's looking pretty good. These are cuttings. I'm not sure how to get these cuttings to go. The leaves looks kind of shriveled a bit. I'm not sure if that's a lack of water or if it's maybe too much water. Like, I'm just not sure because no matter if I water or not, the same thing tends to happen. Over here, it's the same thing. That's a mushroom. And I'm not sure if that's the lack of water, which I think it's a lack of water, but then, I hear for cuttings, you should let them, kind of dry it a bit and then grow roots. So I'm really kind of torn between if I should water or not water. Could use some advice if anybody has any. So right here is the other dwarf jade. It's kind of mixed together with the dracaenas. So this was pruned quite a bit. I kind of slinted it, repotted it, and some of the leaves has dried off, which is normal. And there's also new growth in a lot of places, and that's what I'm expecting. So that's going well as well. And here is the silk tree. The bottom branch has finally kind of grown than before. And the top kind of not stopped growing, but slowed down a bit, which is what I wanted. It was going too vigorously, and there was nothing at the bottom. These lychee trees still growing. Not much to update you on. Just a couple of new leaves now. And since I put on the sun, I think it's much better for the tree because of the nothing beats the sun for light. Here's my other one. This shoot, I don't know what's going on with it, but it's coming out really far, which is fine. I think it gives the tree better form. I'd rather have trees that are kind of going in weird direction branches than a straight up branch or like a upright. Because these, this is pretty straight as it is. I need some movements. So yeah, that's about it. This is the aquarium, and I've just noticed that everything in here are ficuses. So yeah, this is the what was it? Pomelo seedlings. That's right. And it's got this I don't know, double leaf, small one and big. I don't know what's going on with that. You can see the same thing on the other side. On the other one, there's that one and this one. I guess it's normal. I hope it's normal. Once these, I can take them outside. I gotta put more soil, give it more growing area. I think they'll start going, a lot, because this has been growing really slow indoors. So yeah, these Dracaenas are doing really well. They're just in a tiny yogurt pot and they seem to be thriving. And I barely water these, like maybe once every two weeks. I guess it doesn't take that much water to grow, and it's looking good. So yeah, that's all the update, guys. It's March now. The weather is getting nice next week. Just dipping down to the negatives during the night for a couple of nights. And I think next week, probably starting tomorrow, Monday, I'm going to move some of my deciduous trees to outside and start acclimating it to the outside weather, and hopefully it'll just naturally develop. So yeah, that's all for today, guys. Thanks for watching.